streak with Ironclad. Our last run was a win. And it doesn't seem like we've had 2 heart kills in a row ever, as far as I remember. So we're going to be looking for that. We can transform a strike, but we need those strikes for Gremlin Knob fights. Random common relics are great. Removing 2 cards is probably bad because you want to remove the strikes, and then you also don't want to remove the strikes. And swapping out for a boss relic is terrible for Ironclad because Burning Blood is great. So we're almost certainly taking the random common relic. What does the path look like? This has got 3 fights, 2 question marks, and then an elite fire elite. It seems fine. We can get 4 in the act, theoretically. That seems good. Alright, let's see what the common relic is. Red Skull. Okay, so we got some strength scaling. Interesting. Do we ever want to go this way instead? That only gets 2 elites, but it gets several extra fires. This path has 3 bonus fires, whereas this path has 2. I guess it just gets 1 extra fire. Also, if we want 3 extra fires, we can divert after this minion with these 2 fires and then do these guys. So the right path is correct. Alright. Let's fight this cultist. Despite the Red Skull, we are going for healing in these fights. Try and set up the kill next turn. Take 1 for a net heal of 5. We didn't get it this turn. We are guaranteed to get it next turn, so we will just defend ourselves here. Alright, net heal of 5 achieved. There's Searing Blow. Do we go for all the bonus fires? Get a Searing Blow. We'd get it upgraded twice before the first elite. If we're doing super try-hard, I think Searing Blow is probably not a good idea. I've never actually won with Searing Blow. I'm going to go do exercise and finish up my tea. This is the last exercise that's prepared. Thanks, Digital Terminator. You're the real hero. Alright, so we're still at 1 on exercise. Okay. I think Headbutt is the responsible choice here. Headbutt's really good. Floor 1 pick. Doesn't make us do weird pathing to get Searing Blow upgrades. I think it's just as good on floor 1 as it is later. Headbutt also is really good with the Limit Break, and we have Red Skull. So we have a way to get 3 strength at the beginning of fights. Which is really nice. So it's going to be Headbutt. Alright. Right off the bat, looks like we're taking some damage here. At least 7 in the fight, which prevents us from healing. We'll take a strike back. Okay, glad I took the strike back, because he was not attacking that turn. Triple strike is not lethal. He's off by 4. Bash Strike is also not lethal, it's less damage than Triple Strike. I think we just defend Bash. Instead of the vulnerable. Block. And eat a bunch of damage. Darn. Jawworm. Flex is also good with Limit Break, kinda. We're probably going for Sword Boomerang. We're just trying to get closer to Proc and Red Skull. This was a fight, so maybe we're trying to avoid fights now. So we could go through this question mark and that question mark. But then we're not getting this elite. We go through to this shop, and then this question mark, and get our last hard pool, or easy pool fight here. That shop could help power us up a little bit. It's a bit of a waste of floor, though. But I don't like the idea of taking a hard pool fight and then an elite. So let's go look and see what we get. Demon Forma, not available. We could take Second Wind and Sentinel. No, wait, we can't quite afford that. Just buy Regen Pop. We could do a card remove. Buy a Swift Strike. What does the Headbutt want us to do? We could take Anger. It's Hexaghost. Anger's pretty good against Hexaghost, I don't mind that. So if we buy Anger, we have 74 left. Not enough for the Regen Pot. There is enough for the Blood Pot. Blood Pot heals for 20% of 75, which is like 15 or 16. Regen Pot heals for 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, which is 15. So I don't know why Regen Pot is so much more expensive than Blood Pot here. Seems like they basically do the same thing. So I guess we could buy Anger and Blood Pot. I don't hate that. Sure. A little bit too late for World of Goop to be good, so I think we're just going to lose the 18 gold. Not much, we just went to a shop, so whatever. Alright, this is our last easy pool fight. Let's see what Sword Boomerang wants to do. It's probably the best outcome. Triple defend means we only take one. We probably want to try and take only one in the fight. Heal a little bit. Okay. And finish him off. Okay, we did heal for one. Second copy of Headbutt, Pummel, or Ghostly Armor. Let me do some arm curls while I think about that. I feel like there's some streams where I don't exercise at all, and some streams where I'm exercising constantly, because like exercising reminds people that there's an exercise reward. And then they're like, huh, I know what I'll do. I'll redeem the exerciser reward. I'm going to take another Headbutt, I think. We've got a Sword Boomerang. Presumably we'll find some strength scaling. Headbutt puts us in a pretty good position for elites. And it looks like we're taking 4 elites, so second Headbutt seems really good. Gambler's Brew versus Essence of Steel. I think we'll go for the Gambler's Brew, actually. We've got 2 copies of Headbutt, so being able to put something on top of the deck and then draw it immediately is pretty good. Plus we're going to draw us into a bunch of Angers. Finish a fight. How do we feel about Strike, Headbutt, Headbutt? We could just Headbutt, Headbutt, defend. Or we could defend, Headbutt, Headbutt. 2 Headbutts is going to do 18 damage, that goes to 9. So if we do an extra 6, that is 24 damage. We're headbutting one of the Headbutts, so we're going to do, that would be a total of 33 damage. We'd have to draw something that does 7 next turn. So we get like Anger Strike or Sword Boomerang Anger or something. Doesn't seem tremendously unlikely. But I think I'll try and take the 5 health now. Stick that in there. Okay. Alright, Headbutt Anger Strike is, let's see, 9 plus 12 is 21. Wow, I really mathed this poorly, didn't I? I guess Dash Headbutt Anger? We probably want to Anger and then Headbutt the Anger. So that we are eventually, like, getting more Angers in the deck than there are Dazes, or having Angers fight the Dazes, basically. I just realized that the last card reward I should have drank the blood potion and kept both. There's really no reason not to do that. So Bash plus Headbutt is 17 damage, plus the 6 is 23. We do take 10, but it seems like the best thing we can do. Suppose I could Gambler's Brew and go play that Anger. Seems like we can do something better than that for Gambler's Brew. Alright, Sword Boom picks the new target. I guess it's that guy. Probably gonna use Gambler's Brew when we're forced to, like, take 10. We'll give it a shot to get 10 instead of 5 health. If we strike and then Gambler's Brew for 4, how likely are we to find 9 damage? We either need a Headbutt, or 2 attacks, or a Sword Boomerang, and an Anger or a Strike. So these 2 are outs, and then or we get 2 of these. Oh wait, we need how much damage? We need 9 damage, so Bash is not enough. It's as good as a Strike, though. Actually, no, it's not, because if we get Bash Strike, that doesn't work. We have to get Bash Anger. Yeah, let's hold it. Wouldn't have gotten it. This time, though, we could Gambler's Brew for 5 cards. Try and get more block. There's only 2 defends left, so it's not highly likely that we get a lot. Weird. Alright. So now we've got our, whatchamacallit, Red Skull activated. So we kind of want to use this Blood Pot to, like, stay safe, but also stay... oh, crap. If we heal for 6 right now, do we go over? Yeah, we go up to 41. So we go over half. But I don't want to take 10. So I'll do it. Okay, Ink Bottle. It's pretty good with the anger. If we lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. I don't think we're ready for Rupture yet. Cleave is not great, but maybe we should take it. This is another exercise. I'm just going to do squats. Like Sisyphus pushing his boulder up the hill, keeps falling back down. No getting rid of the last one for me. Digital Charmander's got me. Okay. So Cleave helps us in hard pool fights, which is coming up technically here. Excuse me. There's a bug on my screen. We just fought Sentries. And that's the fight where Cleave is... the elite fight where Cleave is best. I don't think we're overly concerned about AoE fights, although they are definitely a problem. I think this is a skip. Let's go and smith up that anger. Now, if we've got 2 headbutts, and currently the only thing we're really comboing with is the anger, seems like we're making a lot of copies of that anger, so we should probably have it be a good one. Alright, Gremlin Knob. I guess that is... I thought we were above the Red Skull total, but we must not be. 36... yeah, turns into 72. Okay, so we're right below it. Perfect. I'll take a Strike back. And then I guess I'll take an anger back. Okay. Not too bad. Ooh, frozen egg, okay. Interesting. The 3rd headbutt. If you double tap an anger, you do get 2 copies of it, right? Yeah, it says add a copy of this to your discard pile. So it's part of the effect of the card. So it should happen. We're going to need like a lot of card draw to support this anger plan. Double tap seems like an overcommitment. 3rd headbutt also seems a little bit insane. Only an anger. What does the frozen egg make us think? Demon Form's gonna be great. There's a bunch of other powers though too. Fire breathing, feel no pain, corruption. And we're probably gonna want to take a couple of them because they're gonna be upgraded. If we're taking a couple of them, maybe we end up doing like Feel No Pain, Evolve, Corruption, or Fire Breathing, Dark Embrace style stuff. And if we're doing that, do we want a 3rd headbutt? That's a good question. I guess that I'll do more arm curls while I consider that question. I think I'm just going to do arm curls at every card reward and just see if my arms get tired. I think I do want another headbutt. Ink Bottle is really good with headbutt. 3 headbutts is a little bit crazy. But we don't have any good defensive options, so that's kind of the next card we want to pick. So I will take a headbutt instead. Probably not looking for a smoke bomb. These potions are pretty good. Smoke bomb does make us feel a little bit safer doing 2 more elites, but like we've already done the first 2 and we're in pretty good shape, so I don't think we're too worried about it. Ooh, a kunai. Okay, okay. Alright, so this anger thing's really paying off. Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's strike and anger and headbutt the anger. And block for 6. And this is lethal? Yeah. We got him. Extra sword boomerang. Or ghostly armor. Doesn't seem like we need sword boomerang anymore. We have a sword boomerang and some angers. Maybe I should put these weights closer so that I can reach them. Oh wait, I guess I can reach them right now. Great, this way I can exercise and talk at the same time. That's harder than I anticipated. Okay, oh, we're building up the exercise rewards now. We got 2 of them. They're coming in faster than I can do them. Do we take ghostly armor? We don't have any way to block currently other than our just regular old defense. I don't know if ghostly armor is good enough though. Doesn't feel good enough. We had a system, Finchy. I did 1 exercise, Digital Charmander, added 1, stayed at 1 all the time. Now we're up to 3. I'll never get through this mountain. No, you're fine, I'm just kidding. I didn't know that my little chat thing would show me Monk S, because it's BTTV, but apparently it will. Look at that. Yeah, I think we're either skipping or taking Ghostly Armor. Ghostly Armor's pretty good. I would really prefer the, what's it called? The one that draws you a card. That one's really good. So maybe no on Ghostly Armor? Yeah, I think I'll just skip. Okay. Hopefully we'll find another defensive tool at some point. Sentries again. What a bunch of jerks. I feel pretty good playing 3 attacks while I can. I guess he's the target. Try to kill him next turn. A Headbutt just kills him by itself. So I can like defend Headbutt, Sword Boomerang. Okay. Actually, ink bottle's gonna go off. I'm pretty sure I don't draw the Headbutt card. Is that true? It's whenever. Maybe I do draw the Headbutt card. If I do draw the Headbutt card, I'll just defend twice. That's what we do. Okay. 23 with these ones, and then 32, so we can just kill him. And good at Dex. Wow. I don't know if this is lethal. It is. Cool. Wow. Look at that. 10 damage sentries. I'll take it. Power Through is really strong. It isn't really a good combo with what we're doing currently. Iron Wave is very good with Kunai. Was that the fourth set? Okay. So if we take Iron Wave, we are more likely to be able to, like, set up and pay off Kunai, which is really nice. Power Through's so good, though. I'll take Power Through just because it's such a big card. Is Colorless Potion ever better than either of these? Could we drink Blood Potion right now? It turns off Red Skull. I think that's okay. Yeah, Red Skull was getting turned off by the campsite anyway, I guess. Sword Boom's got a good big upgrade. Power Through as well does. Maybe Bash? Hey, good afternoon, Guitar. I almost said good afternoon to Veggie. That's me. You said that to me. It's like when you go to the movies and somebody takes your ticket and they say, have a good show, and you say, you too. Oh no. I think we'll go for Bash. It's the only source of vulnerable we have. Makes us a little bit worse against Lagavulin, who has a 50% chance to be the next fight. So maybe we do take the Sword Boom. Hope you have a good Twitch chat today. You too. No, I'm not Twitch chatting. I mean, I guess I am Twitch chatting. This is kind of like, Twitch chat has this weird asymmetric relationship that I enjoy, where it's like, you guys are in Twitch chat, and I'm also in Twitch chat, but I don't actually, like, type in the chat. It's weird. I don't usually type in the chat. I've even got a little star by my name. I'm a subscriber myself for 3 months. Okay. We're up to 4 exercise. Screaming at a performer and forcing them to do exercise. Dance, monkey. I think I'll take the Bash upgrade. Bash is like a way more important card to get upgraded than Sword Boomerang. Okay, it is not Lagavulin. Let's strike and see if we draw anger so that we can anger a Headbutt. No. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll just punch him then. I think it's Bash Strike over Double Strike. I guess Double Strike Defend could have been a thing. Got Anger and Headbutt together at last. Now we don't have lethal, so we're going to take the power through. It's worth a bunch of health. Alright, Whetstone's good. True Grit seems really good. Get everything that's not an anger out of the deck, or get the anger gone. Either one. Oh, right, Exercise. Digital Charmander's making me making me burn through those channel points. I'm working up a sweat here. Yeah, I think True Grit is good. And let's see what this does. Okay, we've got the Sword Boomerang upgrade anyway. Didn't even have to pay for it. It's funny that we drink a potion to get the colorless potion. Now I think we're gonna just throw the colorless potion away. Block potion is probably better. Okay. Some Lice. Sword Boomerang Headbutt. That's like a way to split all of them without doing any damage, though. Which is kind of bad. So I guess we just Headbutt and then Sword Boomerang. I kind of want to split all of them, though. I guess we're Sword Boomerang either way. You know what? We'll Sword Boomerang, and then if it misses one of them, we can split that one with Headbutt. Very well. We can still do 15 damage, which is gets through the armor. So let's do that. And get a Kunai proc. Yikes. Okay, Headbutt is 9, that kills him. Strike kills him, Sword Boomerang kills him. Seems pretty clean. Can't play an extra card. No room. Metallicize is our first Frozen Egg proc. We have some pretty good upgrades, so we're not desperate for an armaments. Not super enthusiastic about Metallicize. I think we just skip here. If we pick a card, we don't hit a breakpoint for Eternal Feather, because this is the last card picked for the fire. So we're going to heal for 9. That's the number. We did it. We're going to heal for 9, go to 57. Yeah, well, the problem with Metallicize here is not that it's slow, it's that we already have Kunai, so we have like a source of scaling block. So like, Metallicize is like, it's a card that you have to set up in hallway fights, right? So like, it's not going to help you on turn 1, or it's not going to help you much, right? It blocks for less than a defend on turn 1. And then after turn 1, I think we're mostly just counting on Kunai to scale for us. Metallicize is not helping that. I mean, it's good though. Blocking for 4 every turn pays off pretty quickly. Our defensive options aren't great. I could see picking up. I wish that this scaled with Dex. I wish you got a Dex proc every turn. Yeah, you know, it kind of fell into my lap here, because I picked the Anger before I got the Kunai. So I have Anger, triple Headbutt, and a Kunai, so I think we're going to be able to make it work here. But I also think that you are a better Slay the Spire player than me, so maybe I should... I always get tricked by Kunai, too. I always, like, steer super hard into it, and then get killed by, like, Time Lord. So maybe I should drop it, but can't. Can't pull myself away. Alright, I'm gonna skip these and go get another upgrade, I think. We're below 60, that's a Hexaghost breakpoint. Although it's kind of a bad one. That means he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Triggered upgrade's pretty important. We want to exhaust the card we want to exhaust, not what Triggered wants us to do. Feel pretty good about going into this fight. We're going to get a Dex proc on turn 1. I think we don't want the Strike Plus back. We could theoretically play Power Through and then Headbutt that back, since we need to block for a lot next turn. That sounds like a plan that costs us a lot of wounds, though. And if we're getting a Dex anyway, maybe we need the Power Through a little bit less. We have a block bot as well. I think I will satisfy myself with just the Dex. Okay, hitting us for 30. That's rude. It's going to be the block pot. And then we'll probably play 3 attacks and defend. Probably going to headbutt either the Anger or the Sword Boomerang. We're getting hit for 30 here. So we're going to take... this is going to block for 7. So we're going to block for 19 and take 11. 57 minus 11 does not activate Red Skull. Puts us to 46. Double 46 would be 92. And that's way above our max HP. We're going to draw a card with Ink Bottle here. We could make that card Anger. We could do Anger, Headbutt, Anger, Defend, if we want to really stack up those Angers. Or we could Headbutt the Power Through and draw that. Hey, there's an idea. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, I will take 1 damage, please. One of your finest damage, Hexaghost. You like Anger Dex? That's good. This is shaping up to be a spicy one. We got the Kunai. Let's just bash defend here. This is one of the turns when we can't proc Kunai no matter what we do. So might as well take advantage of that to apply some vulnerable over here. Ouch. 2 headbutts had nothing to do with them. We could trigger a defend and then headbutt that and then headbutt the other headbutt. Take 1 damage again from one ghosty boy. Yeah, like that. Wow. No Kunai proc, so we're not drawing those Angers. That is unfortunate. Sure good the burn is almost certainly happening. And I think it's just bash. Just keep the vulnerable rolling. Once again, we're not proccing Kunai, so we might as well. Actually, I guess if we draw specifically Anger, we could, like, strike Anger Headbutt. That's a 2 out of 14. 1 out of 7. We do lock ourselves into strike Headbutt with that line, but there are other things we would like to headbutt, like the other Headbutt, or the True Grit, maybe. And we skip a bunch of vulnerable. I think what makes the deck strong is not the vulnerable, it's the Kunai. So let's steer into that. Headbutt. Oh wait. Done. Okay. Okay. Still no Kunai procs. Just in the Kunai waiting room here. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Some poor planning, poor execution. What are you gonna say? Blocking for 17 seems like a pretty good idea here. We are going too slow. We are behind, and mostly it's because these Angers never showed up. This turn, next turn, seems bad. Let's see, what does Hexaghost do the penultimate turn? Is he just attacking for 9 or something? I have forgotten the Hexy Ghost. So it's another Seer. So he's just going to do 9 damage, or 6 plus whatever his strength is, which I can't see because I'm messing with OBS stuff. Okay, so it's going to be 9 damage. So we don't need a ton of block for next turn. Maybe we just take back a True Grit. Okay. Alright. Anger, Sword Boom. I guess we play the whole hand and True Grit nothing. Or we could True Grit the Strike if we don't want it in the second shuffle. Strikes are a lot better than Burns and Wounds, though. So I think we'd rather have the Strike in the deck than not. We could just double Anger and then, like, Gambler's Brew and try and find more Angers. I think we'll save the Anger for next turn when he's hitting us for 36. Or the Gambler's Brew for next turn. I guess we are True Gritting a Strike. I forgot about the bottle again. Alright, 36 damage. We can proc Kunai. We can't block at all. Let's do the Gambler's Brew. Let's keep the Sword Boomerang. Do we ever keep a Strike as well? I think no. Alright, we still don't have any block. And that's unfortunate. Maybe I should, you know what, I should have played the Sword Boomerang and Headbutted that, because we're about to get Red Skull procced, so Sword Boomerang is going to be really good next turn. And we're not going to have it. Alright, 9 doesn't kill us. We are proccing Ink Bottles, so if we Headbutt an Anger, we get an Anger back. Are we also winning? We are. Cool. Okay. Blood Pot's nice. We just lost a lot of health. Limit Break is what we wanted to see, with 3 copies of Headbutt. That's something we're very excited about doing. The Frozen Egg also agrees. There's lots of power sources of strength. The primary ones being Demon Form and Inferno. Is that the name of it? Inflame? You know, the one that gives you either 2 or 3. Ironclad cards. Who needs them? Impervious would be helpful too. Feed, always good. Feed's like a top tier card. If we pick Limit Break, we have plans for scaling both Strength and Dex, which is really nice. It's good to have both of those. Yeah, upgraded burns are no joke. They start hitting really hard. I think we just like got a really bad shuffle though. That second shuffle through, having both the Angers be in the last draw was pretty rough, but we got past it. Yeah, I think we want Limit Break. It's too good to ignore. Alright, I was hoping for a Pandora's Box here. I don't mind either of these. We got pretty good upgrades already and a Frozen Egg, so we got the promise of more. Mark of Pain is probably the best energy relic for Ironclad. It's kind of close. It's in that top tier with like Kurski and shoot, what's the other one? Sozu's kind of up there. There was one that I was thinking of though. Whatever. It's one of the good ones. It's not like Ectoplasm. Calling Bell is also really nice. Calling Bell could get us like a Gira or a Vajra, which would both be really excellent for making our limit breaks start right away. It also wouldn't prevent us from upgrading specifically the limit break, which is kind of a problem with Fusion Hammer. If we've got 3 headbutts and a limit break, you probably want that limit break upgraded, so we can play it over and over, rather than just playing it once and then wishing that we had a good headbutt target. We are not highly energetic as a deck. A lot of the things we want to be doing is just like drawing a bunch of cards and playing a bunch of angers. Or at least that has historically been what we've been doing. And it's hard to say that's going to continue to be the plan, since anger tends to scale down a little bit. Although with the kunai, I don't know if that's necessarily guaranteed. We really want... what's that card that blocks for 8 and draws a card? We want, like, 6 copies of that. If we had 6 copies of that, then Marker Pain would be amazing, because we would need the extra energy, and the card draw would be able to get us past the wounds. They're also really good with headbutts, so we can put something on the top of the deck and then draw it, and then play it. I think this plan is probably better than this plan, although this plan is nice. But it isn't guaranteed, you know. There's like 3 relics that Calling Bell can get you, that get you starting strength. And we can miss those, right? There's a lot of relics, so it's not hard at all to imagine missing those. I think the total pool of relics that are available to Calling Bell is on the order of 100. There's like 30 from the common, uncommon, and rare, like slightly over in each one. So out of the 100 relics, we get 3, and 3 of them are hits, right? Gira, Vajra, and Duvudal. And so, let's see. Man, that's hard to think about. So approximately, if we pick 1 out of the 100, we have like a 1 in 30-ish chance of getting one. So we have to basically hit 29 out of 30 3 times to miss. I guess I'm going to do the math really quick. Because we're going to try hard, right? So I guess the equation, I'm just going to type it in chat because it's an easy place to type, is 29 factorial divided by 26 factorial divided by 30 factorial over 27 factorial, right? So we take that and type it into Google, and that's our chance of missing. So our chance of hitting is going to be 1 minus that. It's exactly 0.9, which is staggering. How does that happen? There must be some like canceling or something going on. I mean, obviously the 29 through the factors of 29 through 27 cancel, so we end up with 26 divided by 30. Wait, why does that cancel that way? Or why does that? So 26 divided by 30 is 0.9? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, it's not. Can somebody help me out with this? Why is this not the same as 26 divided by 30? Yeah. Oh, it's because it's 27 divided by 30. Yeah, because the... Wait, no. Yes, because the factor of 27 appears in the top. The top is 29, 28, and 27. And the bottom is 30, 29, 28. So that's why it's 27 divided by 30, not 26. Okay. All right, math. So it's approximately 10% chance we get a strength relic from Calling Bell. It's actually almost exactly 100% chance, or 10% chance. But I guess that's making assumptions about the size of the relic pool that are not super accurate. Well, I think we're expecting our chance of killing the heart to be higher than 10%. And I'm not saying that if I don't get strength scaling from Calling Bell, I lose the run. But it seems like if we don't get strength scaling, our chance of killing the heart probably goes down. So it's a 10% chance of increasing our heart kill rate and a 90% chance of decreasing it, which seems like a bad pick overall. So I think we'll take the Mark of Pain. Slightly less upside, but I think it's a lot more consistent. Also, with the upgraded powers, we'll hopefully at some point find an upgraded evolve, which will totally neutralize the downside of those wounds if we survive Act 2. Alright, the city. We've got some money, so we can go to a store. How excited are we about question marks? Ancient writing is great. Bites are pretty good. Bites let us manage our health for Red Skull really precisely. Apparitions? Apparitions in Red Skull is pretty scary. Not super excited about apparitions. Okay. Looks like 3 elites in the act, probably this one, and that one. So I guess we're going to go to the store. Okay, fine. Couple of birds. We can punch somebody 3 times and defend. What do we want back with the headbutt? I think the answer is actually nothing. So let's get nothing back. Alright, we're looking at negative net 6 on the fight. Power through headbutt seems okay. We're not proccing ink bottles, so nothing to worry about there. Probably should be punching the front bird, since he is buffing himself. He's therefore the most threatening. So we got 3 attacks and a power through. Angers are really good in this fight, but we don't get them, apparently. We could do the first 2 strikes and then see what we get. It's possible it's the anger, it's possible it's a sword boomerang. So I guess let's play this and that and see what it is to trigger it. Okay, so we're blocking for 16. They are attacking for 13, 18 more than that. Or 13, 19. So maybe defending for 16 is wise. Get rid of a wound too. Maybe I should have allowed myself to take more damage to activate Red Skull. If I'd taken, let's see, what's the magic breakpoint here? 35 plus 2 is 37. So it would not have been convenient. We could have taken 3 more easily, but not 5 more. Alright, Sword Boomerang picks the target, I think. Bash Anger knocks down either of these 2. We could either save 6 health right now or knock down the most threatening bird. I think I will choose the most threatening bird. Alright, that's a Red Skull activation. Making it sound like it's a good thing. 2 headbutts kills that bird. This strike kills him. Okay. Two defends and a limit break, I guess, is happening. Good, headbutt back the headbutt. Should be able to finish out this fight without taking any more damage. Yeah. Okay. Duplication potion's great. There's a Shrug It Off. That's what the card I was talking about. I'll take a Shrug It Off happily. Hey, Payload. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Hey, look, we can take a regret and take it immediately to a shop. That's a really good outcome. So we got a 500 gold shop here. Love it. Our Dark Embrace is our power. It's guaranteed to be upgraded, and this is guaranteed to be a power. We also have access to Clockwork Souvenir. and Panacea, which makes me think that maybe a Flex pick would be appropriate. But there's a spot weakness available here, so we'll probably go that direction. We need to pick something to upgrade to make it so that Limit Break is live a little bit more frequently than just Red Skull. Red Skull's, like, you can make it kind of consistent, but doing so is dangerous. Let's remove the curse first, so we don't forget about that. So I prefer to avoid thinking about things as shooting for builds. It seems like a very dangerous way to play. We won the last run, we won the Watcher run, so what we're really focused on is trying to kill the heart. So whatever we can do to increase our percentage chance of killing the heart is the thing we're shooting for. Currently the thing we're doing is we're using Kunai and Anger to try and boost our dex, and Limit Break to boost our strength, so that eventually we just like scale out of control and block for 1,000,000 and murder people. Fruit Juice would give us a little bit more headroom for that that Red Skull. We could also just drink the Blood Potion right now. We don't have to hold on to that. If we drink the Blood Potion, we heal for, what is it, 15? It should be 14. So we heal for 14 and go to 43. 43 is above our max, or half health threshold. The cards we're most excited about here are Spot Weakness, Dark Embrace, Clockwork Souvenir, and Fruit Juice. I think we can buy all of those. It's 108, that's 281, 365, 439. So we can't afford all of them. We'd end up with, 13 extra. Is there any reason to not do exactly that? Reckless Charge is here. Reckless Charge is kind of nice. Panacea is kind of nice. Yeah, I think we're just going to do exactly that. Look at that, 13 money. Math works. Okay, do we want an extra hallway fight or an extra question mark before this elite? This would be our last of the easy pool fights. It would let us maybe set up Ink Bottle a little better, maybe set up Red Skull. I'm pretty comfortable with my current Red Skull and Ink Bottle setups. So I think we're going to turn down an extra hallway fight, try to get Ancient Writing. Hey, that's not Ancient Writing. Clockwork Souvenir is great in this fight. It gets rid of a frail. Yeah, it's really tricky to, because like if you start thinking, okay, I'm just gonna like spam Ironclad runs until I get Corruption Dead Branch. A, you won't have a very high win rate. Going for a Corruption Dead Branch puts you in a bad spot in most of your runs. B, you won't have very much fun. It's a game about like, it's building a Slay the Spire deck is like jazz, right? You gotta see what you're getting and have your modify your behavior based on that input, right? So you're like dealing with the sources of randomness. And C, it's just kind of boring to like repeatedly go for the same thing. One of the many reasons that I don't do speedruns is there's like a formula, right? It's like you get a bottled whirlwind and a limit break, or a flex, right? You do that thing. Okay, so let's play Anger first. And then Strike to proc Ink Bottle. And I guess we'll play Shrug It Off. It's a Headbutt. I think Headbutt's more important than Dark Embrace. Dark Embrace is fun. But we didn't get a kill here. Do we limit break to get it out of the deck? We also get an ink bottle, get a little bit closer to the next ink bottle. It's pretty unlikely that limit break is going to be useful in this fight. We don't have any source of strength other than Red Skull. And by the time we activate Red Skull, we are probably, hopefully, killing him. It doesn't cost me anything to leave it in the discard, though, other than the potential of drawing it later. And if we draw it later, we might actually need it, so I'll leave it. I would love to have lethal here, but I don't think we do. So max damage is like bash, strike plus headbutt, and that's 10, 19, 28. Yeah, it's not lethal. Shoot. So we're taking 22. So I guess I'll just headbutt the limit break. I guess spot weakness and limit breaker happening, and then this is lethal. It's not a very good ink bottle setup though. We have lethal next turn. Yeah, we have lethal next turn also. Oh wait, that's not true, because he's getting 15 armor here. So at the end of the fight, we're gonna heal for 6. We go to 23. It's not very much health. Well, there's nothing we can do that gets us more health, right? The only thing we can do is get closer to ink bottle proccing. So I guess I'll just get a little bit closer to the end of the fight. Flex is great now. We have a Clockwork Souvenir. So the first flex of the fight is gonna stay if it's a fight with no debuffs. We have 3 copies of Headbutt, so we can like Headbutt a Limit Break and a Flex into the same hand. We do need to get the Flex upgraded. And it is fighting Limit Break for upgrades currently. Limit Break is way more important, but it is really good. Apparitions, huh? Yeah, it does. So if we take Apparitions, we lose 38 max HP, we go to 37 max HP, and then we ink bottle back up to 42 max HP. 42 is not terrible. It makes it really hard to proc Red Skull, though. We have to be at 21 to proc Red Skull. It does increase our chance of winning the next elite fight, though, because it takes us from like dangerously low on health to like basically full health, which I like. We have Dark Embrace, so the Apparitions draw cards eventually. Alright, let's go for it. We also have a Duplication Potion, which is extremely good with Apparitions. Let's draw a card. There's no way to discard this Apparition. We don't really need it, but I guess we might as well play it. We did see Strange Spoon at a store earlier, but we passed it, so we can't get it now. There's no point in playing this, but I guess it procs Ink Bottle. So we're gonna do like Apparition, True Grit, Headbutt. Or the Headbutt back to True Grit. Maybe the Shrug It Off. We could power through True Grit a wound and then Headbutt back the power through. That's an interesting line, because then we get power through next turn, which could be very useful, and we only get 1 status. Yeah, let's do that. It's also just like sneaky. Okay, power through turned out to be good this turn. We can Duplication Potion the power through and get 30 block. You're hitting us for 43. We can bash Anger Sword Boomerang first to get an extra dex and get 32. Potentially kill this Mad Gremlin. I think killing the wizard is more important, though. Okay, and then we have to duplication potion to power through. We want to survive. Alright, Red Skull's online now. Limit Break is not in the discard, it's coming up. So we can spot weakness on this guy. And then, like, Headbutt, double defend. Take like a Sword Boomerang now that we have tons of strength. Yet another useless apparition, unfortunately. I'll take like Sword Boomerang again. Oh shoot. That's a mistake. Crap. Alright, doubling our strength is nice. We can kill one of the Mad Gremlins and defend the other one. We're going to do 36 damage to the leader. We're going to be invulnerable next turn, and we're going to get 2 extra strength. We would take 3 damage now to do that 36. He's buffing these guys, though. I think we have to go, though. We have to, like, get out of this fight pretty soon. I'm a spooky ghost. Yeah, I think we got there. Just need to get a little bit of damage next turn. Bad ink bottle setup, but there's nothing we can do about that now. Okay. Prayer Wheel's nice. Battle Trance is amazing. Do we ever take Disarm over Battle Trance? Disarm is helpful in Book of Stabbing. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. Alright, gotta be exercising while we make card choices, obviously. Oof, I just punched myself in the shoulder. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I want to take the Battle Trance, but I feel like I can't because we just bought Clockwork Souvenir. And we need to get Clockwork Souvenir to hit a flex. And Battle Trance is going to take that artifact. Thanks so much for the subscription, Jinzqu. Sorry, JinsQX. It's like designed to be non-pronounceable. I'm not sure what it means that I got this emote, but it says that I got it now. So thanks. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Is it your emote? No. Let's see, Twitch bits reward. I don't know what that means. Okay, whatever. But thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. If you know what this emote thing means, I guess I would appreciate also knowing. I think we're gonna take Disarm. Disarm is pretty good. It's not, it doesn't scale with Dex, so it's not like a kunai flavored defensive tool. But we've already got some non-kunai flavored defensive tools in the Apparitions. Actually, I don't know, maybe Disarm is not good. It's really good against the heart, but we're not fighting the heart soon. And we're kind of struggling here in Act 2. So, like, if this next fight is not Book of Stabbing, do we want Disarm? Okay, if the next fight is not Book of Stabbing, then it is Slavers, right? And Disarm is actually pretty bad against Slavers. None of them multi-attack. It doesn't affect multiple targets. So maybe we don't want Disarm. How afraid are we of Slavers versus Book of Stabbing? I think either one could kill us. I think we're probably more afraid of Book of Stabbing. Apparitions don't work particularly well against him. Since he still just like multi-attacks for a bunch. So I think I will take a Disarm. It's Champ too. Champ is multi-attack, so Disarm is something. Alright, fine. Alright, so Eternal Feather is insane with Apparitions. So we're going to take an upgrade. We want to get upgrades on Apparitions. You think it's part of the Pride Month event, unlocks emotes for subbing, donating, or gifting. Huh. Well, that's cool. I saw them, they sent me an email about the Pride Month thing, and I have not read it. Not because I'm not a supporter of Pride, I am. But just because I'm a busy person. I don't read all my emails, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think Limit Break needs it. So I don't know all the rules for Twitch's things, or all the rewards, or what they're up to. Alright, a snake plant. What a big meanie. Flex? Can I hit flex? No. Alright, we want to play cards to get ink bottles set up, so let's do that. Apparition's good. I guess we should have Dark Embraced before we Apparitioned, so that we would draw a card. But now we know for the future. I'll take back both Spot Weakness and Limit Break, so we get those in the future. Thank you, Kieran. I will endeavor to survive. This is my stated goal, that survival is preferable. Flex Limit Break is here to save the day, question mark. Oh, thank God, Apparition. Let's play the Apparition and see what we draw. Ooh, a coconut reward has been redeemed. Coconut would be so pleased. I will go get her and see how pleased she is to be on camera. Coconut, what should we do about this sneaky boy? Use this ink plant. I have listened to the wisdom of a small kitty cat, and that cat has informed me we actually have lethal. Okay. Well, now we get 2 card rewards per normal fight. Wow, that's so many more than it was before. Exhume is available here. Exhume is amazing. Combust is probably not something we're interested in. Seeing Red actually might be. But I think no. It says Exhaust, which is exciting. But I think it has to do more than just say Exhaust on it to be pickable. Exhume is definitely in the deck though. Exhume with Apparitions is real good. Yeah, none of these though. Coconut, are you being cute? Nobody can see you right now. Just me. She's got her eyes super wide. She's like, well, what's gonna happen next? Better be on the lookout. Tiny Chest or Sapphire Key? Well, we're not doing any more question marks probably for the rest of this act. Going right up the middle here. So we would have to get all the value for Tiny Chests in Act 3. And we might get 1 relic out of it. But I think I'll just trust in Act 3 to be a little better than that. Take the key now. Alright, there he is, Book of Stabbing. We got Disarm on turn 1, which is excellent. I think we will play Power Through just so that we can headbutt it primarily. It's kind of a bad draw. Alright, Flex gets us permanent strength here. Very nice. Power Through blocks out, but Apparition is going to do that too. So we'll just do it with Apparition. Alright. The big attack here. The big attack paired with a tiny squawk. I don't know if Switch Chat could even hear that one. She just basically opened her mouth and closed it. No sound even came out. Bash Double Defend is something we could do. We could also Bash Strike Defend. Or we could just Triple Defend and Strike. If we Triple Defend and Strike, we draw a card. If that card is anything other than Anger, we probably don't want that. We are probably proccing Red Skull, yep. So we're currently proccing Red Skull at 15 plus 3 is 18. So as long as we take 12 damage, we proc Red Skull. So if we bash double defend, we proc it exactly. Which I think pushes that line over the top. I think that line was probably already the best, but proccing Red Skull exactly is a nice little trick. Hopefully we don't die this turn. He's only doing 25, and we are blocking. This is always happening, and this is always happening. So then what are we headbutting is really the question. We're taking 11 currently and going to 7. So we need to kill him next turn. We have an Apparition. Should be okay. Hopefully Limit Break is coming up. I guess we just take Anger back. Maybe Power Through. So next turn is going to be 30 damage. Yeah, let's take Power Through back just in case we are trying to survive. Alright, we did a good Apparition. So it's just going to be Apparition in all the attacks, I think. He's still hitting us for 6, even with Apparition. So that's something. Actually, do we have Lethal? No. But we do have... We do not have Guaranteed Lethal next turn. We don't even have Likely Lethal next turn. Next turn is kind of a big problem. I guess we can Exhume a Apparition next turn. Because we have Exhume. So I guess that's going to be the plan. So let's try and take 0 damage. Okay. I guess Spot Weakness Limit Break? No, I don't think the strength matters. I think we'll just try and save 1 health. Alright, we got there. Let's set up Ink Bottle for next fight. It does, yeah. It's you get the same thing from Flex. It does matter if you get the artifact potion before or after Flex. Okay, so the way that temporary stats work in Slay the Spire is very complicated. I've explained it before on stream, but I will explain it again. Okay, so when you drink a speed pot or a flex pot, or you play the card Flex, anything that gives you temporary strength or temporary dex, 2 things happen. You get a buff and you get a debuff. The buff is permanent strength. The debuff is a debuff called temporary strength, or strength wears off or something. It's a little arm curl icon. Speaking of which, we should rub your arm. And okay, so that debuff, the arm curl icon, at the end of your turn, it expires and it tries to apply a second debuff. And that second debuff is a subtraction from your permanent stat. So you get permanent strength and you get a temporary debuff that removes strength, and then at the end of your turn, you remove the temporary debuff and you also remove the permanent stat. So if you have an artifact charge before you get the flex effect, the temporary stat effect, then it'll remove the first debuff, so you won't lose permanent stat at the end of the turn. But the artifact potion will go away immediately, or the ancient artifact charge will go away immediately. But if you can stack up multiple copies of temporary strength and then get the artifact charge, then the artifact charge will prevent the application of the permanent strength down. So for example, if you drink 2 flex pots and then get an artifact charge, you get to keep 10 permanent strength. Whereas if you get an artifact charge and then drink 2 flex pots, you get 5 permanent strength and 5 temporary strength, if that makes sense. Okay, we skipped a battle trance before. I know, right? It's very complicated. We're down to 3 exercise. About to go do another one. Oh, okay, great. Digital Charmander has got me. Actually, I'm going to take off my wrist brace before I pick those up. Right. Do we take Carnage? I think no. There's another shot at Seeing Red, too. I think Seeing Red is also a no. Once we get, whatever, 6 copies of this card, Shrug It Off, then that starts being good. What is the beta art for Shrug It Off? Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, we just skip this. Okay. Get our fancy Eternal Feather plus Apparition combo thing. There's several cards that are in desperate need of upgrades here. Flex, the Apparitions, super neat upgrades. Disarm, Spot Weakness, and Exhume get major upgrades too. Power Through could use an upgrade. But I think the top tier is going to be Flex in those Apparitions. And that's 4 cards, so it's probably going to last us the rest of the game. Let's upgrade an Apparition. I think, particularly with the Headbutts, it's pretty valuable to have Apparition pluses. So let's do that. Alright, so that artifact charge is going to hit the hex here, which is great. Let's go ahead and develop this, and I guess play all the cards. No point in taking extra damage. Flex, ooh, okay. I'll go ahead and take the Flex back, just in case we can try and put it together with a Limit Break later. And I'll put a Sword Boomerang with it, because that's a good combo. There's nothing to Exhume, so I won't play it. Alright. I'd better Flex back again, just in case. I think I'll kill him and get a Dex proc over blocking for 2. Aha! Flex Limit Break, it's happening. Block for 2 or deal 7? I think block for 2. Does she never try to reapply her buff? I thought she tried to reapply it if you wait long enough, but it doesn't appear that she's going to do that. Taking 4 here. And proccing Red Skull. We could stack Apparitions, or we could just save this one. It seems like saving this one is wise. We're also setting up Ink Bottle for if we need it next turn. I guess let's draw a card and see what it is. I guess let's hope that we're killing her. We are. Great. Okay. Strength Pot's great. Take a second Anger. And a third Anger. Let's go ahead and drink the fruit juice and take the Strength Pot. I don't think we want more Angers. I think Anger is the important part of the combo. The next one cannot be Book of Stabbing, but it can be Gremlin Leader again. So the disarm could still be good. Also, it's great against the heart, as it always is. You know what? That's a good point. I talked about armaments being bad in Act 1, Taking off the wrist brace to do arm curls again. I talked about armaments being bad in Act 1 because we were way ahead on upgrades, but that's not true anymore because of the need to upgrade Flex and the Apparitions. So maybe we do take an armaments and upgrade that first. We never did get that ancient writing. Yeah, I guess we are behind on upgrades now. Okay, so maybe we do take the armaments. So the main reason for drinking the max HP potion actually is illustrated perfectly by this run. When we got the max HP potion, we had like 78 or something max HP. But then we went into the apparition event, and so we got our max HP got cut in half. So if we drank the fruit juice before that event, we would have lost like either 2 or 3 extra health to the event. So the fact that we drank it afterwards, it was actually a pretty big deal. It just in general, like, you can drink that potion at any time. You can drink it during a ward screen, you can drink it during an event, you can drink it any time. So you basically shouldn't ever do that until there's a reason for you to do it. But you should do that before you rest, because when you rest, you do heal for a proportion of your max HP. So that is a reason. Also, Mint Chuck has called out a couple things. There's a couple of relics that interact with potions, so we could have theoretically found a 20 Ornithopter or a Sacred Bark or something. But I think those are a lot less likely than the interactions with the events. Particularly the Sacred Bark, since we would have to take the fruit juice all the way through the champ fight and then get the extra value. But it would be great if that would happen. I think we do take armaments. We've got a lot of cards that need upgrades. It's a way to pay off decks. I think we skip this one. Second Anger is something, but I don't think it's good enough. Right. So we're not going to get confused, which is nice. Let's hit the Sword Boomerang. And play the Defend for Ink Bottle value. No confusion, please. Apparition, and then I guess just bash Sword Boomerang, take 1. Seems fine. Oh ho! Well darn, I wish we'd Sword Boomeranged first so that we could spot weakness limit break, but we can't. So we'll settle for spot weakness. We can flex and headbutt the limit break. Get some more strength. Go ahead and use the unupgraded apparition. I'm actually going to use both. Snecko never takes a turn off attacking, so this is there's not really any reason to not use it. Let's shrug first, draw a card. I guess limit break armaments disarm. Okay. The only difference between Apparition Plus and Apparition is regular Apparition has Ethereal on it, so if you leave it in your hand at the end of turn, it goes away. Whereas Apparition Plus, you can not play it and not lose it. Which is a pretty big deal, obviously. Dark Embrace, Exhume into Apparition. Seems good. So we can, like, Anger Headbutt, or we could Headbutt a Limit Break or something. I think we are going to Headbutt a Limit Break. That's better than Headbutting Anger. We're about to shuffle, so we'll probably get some Angers back, hopefully. But this should be lethal, right? It is not. We're almost dying here. I think the attack potion is wise here, instead of losing almost 50% of my health. Now we get an Armaments Plus. Thanks, game. That's helpful. I don't think we want any of these. Iron Wave is kind of interesting, since it sits up and pays off Kunai. But I don't think it's probably good enough. We probably don't take an Armaments Plus as well, right? Alright, oh good, now I don't have to change the number. Okay. I don't know if Armaments Plus is good enough. I don't think it is. I don't think it's the 30th card in the deck. I think it's the main problem. I'm just not willing to add it. Yeah, I think all these are skipped. Okay. Let's fight one more elite and then go fight Champ. The ultimate champion. Alright, so I think we're probably going to Strength Pot and Limit Break here. Maybe that's not wise. Maybe I should save that thing for the Champ fight. I guess in Champ fight, though, we expect the fight to be longer. So we shouldn't have any problem comboing Limit Break. Let's see where these go, and then decide what to Headbutt. Oh great, okay, we'll kill them both. And get a Dex. This is what the deck is supposed to be doing. No Apparitions yet. So all we can do really this turn is block for 7. Oops. Do we take the 2 permanent strength, or do we wait for a fat gremlin to hit us? I think we take the 2 permanent strength. There's no fat gremlins here. Why would we wait for that? Whoa. There are no apparitions. We've drawn through the first like 4 turns with no apparitions. It's pretty devastating. Ink Bottle's 8 away from proccing, so we can't get that. I think we're just getting killed. We can't have lethal, we only have 27 damage. Upgrading this only gets like 3 more, so we'd get up to 30. We could upgrade Disarm, that's probably our best bet. So it's like upgrade Disarm, play Double Defend, and use a Weak Pot. Man, we just drew 2 turns of nothing in a row. I didn't realize that was possible with this deck. Can we do anything? Oh wait, this draws a card. That's really important. So we draw a card with Dark Embrace here. So let's upgrade the Disarm, and then play it. Draw a Strike. Okay, so we can use the Strike or the Headbutt to kill Sneaky Gremlin, which blocks by a lot. So we'll use the Headbutt so that we can get something useful back. Maybe we've been headbutting too aggressively. Since we've been headbutting every turn, we haven't had time to like draw into the rest of the deck where the Apparitions have been hiding. 27, 37. We do not survive that. Yep, we're at exactly 37. Wow, what a terrible way to lose a run. How did we... I don't know. I guess I talk about this whenever I encounter Apparitions, but it does make the deck really, really fiddly. So, like, if you don't draw the Apparitions, you die. Man. Maybe we should have killed Gremlin Leader more aggressively? Is there any way we would have gotten there? That's so disappointing. I really thought this was a win. The Armaments was a good pick though, right? I don't know. We did pick some sort of empty cards, right? Like Disarm, Exhume, Armaments, Dark Embrace, all the cards that don't like attack or block, and we kind of just like drew them all in a row. I still don't understand though. Like, what did we draw? We just drew like all the Headbutts and the Limit Break and the Flex. Yeah, not removing strikes and defense hurt, that's true. But there's only so much of that you can do, right? Like, we went to a shop and we removed a curse for one of the shops, like... Wow, that's staggering. Just that combination of, like, bad draw RNG and, like, perfect... Gremlin Leader like ordering is like he summons the dudes and then he buffs them and then he triple attacks, and we just weren't ready. Yeah, I mean Exhume is fine, but we drew the Exhume and there was nothing in the discard pile, right? Like it can be just nothing. Man, that's upsetting.